Okay, I came here to see Here, and now I'm here to talk about my review of Here. Here is a Robert Zemeckis movie that tells the story of a single location over like 1,000 years. We see it as prehistoric times, we see it all the way up to modern times in a house. And we get clips, moments, beats from every story. And I just saw a movie, We Live in Time, that did this, but it stayed with the same family. This is clips from a bunch of different families and individuals, and we never get a chance to fully invest in their stories. We get a lot of interesting setups for stories, but then we just dip right out of them really quickly, so we can never invest in anything that's actually happening. Also, the production is interesting. In the graphic novel that this is based on, it's the same frame. Each panel is the same frame, same aspect ratio, same distance from characters and everything. And that is replicated in the film, but that doesn't work cinematically, unfortunately. It feels like we're just watching a play. Or have you ever seen clips from full motion video games from the 90s where when it went to FMV, it like went into a box, a small box. It didn't fill the screen because I guess graphics cards or whatever couldn't handle actual video in games at that time. So they were in a small box. That's what this felt like a lot of times. It was lit that way too because the green screeners were really bad. Because everything is shot on green screen, everything is lit the same. It doesn't matter what time period we're in, doesn't matter what characters we're dealing with. The set is different. The green screen background is adjusted inside the house, so it looks different. But overall, everything looks the same because it's all lit the same. It looks stagey. It looks like somewhere between a stage play and, like I said, FMV video game clips. And it's edited like FMV video game clips too. So I was not with this movie until about halfway through the second act, when we really start to get the Tom Hanks, Robin Wright story. Then I got interested, because this story has some cool stuff to say. It's a Robert Zemeckis directed film starring Tom Hanks and Robin Wright at the holidays, at Thanksgiving. I did not expect the somber tone that came with their story, and I'm here for that part. The story is about unachieved goals. It's about a life wanted but never led, for whatever reason, for fear or for family or for tragedy. And I think that is very human and kind of beautiful when it's done well. Yeah, so those sequences are the best in the film. That's when the film shines, and that's when the film hooked me. But the other actors, mostly not good. I like Paul Bettany a lot, and I think this might be the worst thing I've seen him do. I did not like him in this film. Often he was annoyingly bad, but he's not the only one. And I don't know if it's because they didn't spend the time with the other cast, but there's a lot of really bad acting in this film outside of Tom Hanks and Robin Wright. Because of the lockdown camera, the blocking is so weird. There's times when people are too close to the camera and they're too close to each other. It feels very unnatural, and again, comes off like a stage play. And there's other times when important things are happening, but because the camera is locked down and they're sitting on a sofa in the living room of this house, you can't lock eyes with them. And when you lock eyes with the character is when you really connect, and you just can't. It's just ridiculous. It's a little bit painful how badly Robert Zemeckis wanted to recapture that Forrest Gump vibe, not just because he brought on Tom Hanks and Robin Wright, but the music, some of the dialogue choices and story choices all feel like he's going for that heartwarming Forrest Gump vibe. And if he's doing that, he should not have brought them onto this project, because it feels ham-fisted. Because not only is that a problem, there's just aspects of the story that feel a little bit reminiscent of Forrest Gump. So I'm like, what are you doing, Robert Zemeckis? Are you desperate? This is one of those times where you show respect to the source material, but don't live and die by it. We all don't have to do 300. It didn't have to be exactly like the graphic novel, because I think it doesn't work and it does a disservice to the film. Did I mention that the CGI is hot garbage? The de-aging is hit and miss. Sometimes it's not bad. Other times, it's real bad. Not only are Tom Hanks and Robin Wright the best actors in the film, they get the best characters, with the nod going to Robin Wright's character. She's the most interesting. She has the most things to say. But then all the drama and character arc that she gets is sort of undercut by the last line of hers in the film. I did not like her last line in the film. I think it was unfair to her character considering everything that she had been through. It just felt dishonest and it felt manipulative. I'm giving the movie a 2.5 out of 5, but I still say on Thanksgiving, if you need to go see a movie with family, you got your grandparents and that kind of thing, I think there's enough connective tissue in here story-wise for people to have a good time and everyone be able to pull something from the film. It's not great, but there are great moments. There are moments of greatness that make it worth a watch.